can discuss that, but because you brought up those two examples, that's why I'm using those two examples. So to finish the second example, if I'm with that woman, I can't pay attention to her face because she's got her double D's in front of me. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult for me to listen to what she's saying and respect her for who she is when I'm just seeing that. So now here's the thing, a woman that covers up her beauty, it's more likely that she will be respected for who she is as opposed to what she looks like.
Don't you think there can be both? Don't you think that a woman can be appreciated for her beauty? Not when having her jugs up. It's like the way I'm dressed today, okay, it's cold, but normally I usually come out, I normally wear a dress, right? When it's summer, or even though I'm dressed now, I've got my hair out, for example. Why am I somehow less receptive to respect from a man because my hair's not covered? You see what I mean? It's like, I don't really understand why is it that why would I be less receiving of respect from men for my hair being out compared to my hair being covered? And also, as a woman, if I was, say, engaging with a man wearing a burka and he's falling for me, there's something, again, there's an inherent sexistness in that, because I think attraction, you're obviously completely right that spirituality is so important, but sexual attraction is important, and a lot of marriages fail or break down because of a lack of sexual attraction, especially for men. You know, men are,
I agree with you, that's very important.
Than women, and I think that pornography, the two extremes that I perceive is, say, pornography versus the burqa, or even, I'm just using the burqa as a symbol, but we'll say the overly sexual woman versus an utterly sexist chaste woman. These are two extremes, and I think that this actually harms the way men.
I don't think it's an extreme.
Well, I do think it actually harms the way are able to look at a woman, rather than seeing women as, because like if all women dress, let's say if all women university all wore nice dresses and they didn't necessarily have their tits overly out, but it was like.
Zarina, let me just finish the example. You know why? Because I think some people will get a bit frustrated that I haven't given one important addition to this, because that might kind of, you know what, bro? Are you there? Is he there?
Sorry, do we want to finish saying this?
Bro, just close this, please.
Do we want to finish this?
We can do, yeah. It's up to you. I don't want to keep you if you don't want to be here.
No, just because it's a bit getting dark.
Sure. That's absolutely fine. With the burqa, I need to add this on because to give it like an accurate representation. So with the burqa, if I'm speaking to a woman and then I respect her and this and that, and you know what, I think she's fantastic. The next step now is I can see her without the burqa. Bear in mind, the hijab and the burqa is only put on when she leaves the home. Her family sees her without the burqa, her husband sees her without the burqa, so it's only a select few people. Yeah, so that's a very important addition to make, because some people think she's in the shower, she's wearing the burqa, she's with her brother, she's wearing the burqa. No, it's with the people that she shows herself to Islamically. That's the burqa, and I think that was very important to add in, because it's used as an extreme, which it's not. It's a woman, like for example the corona mask. Many women, when COVID had somewhat ended, they still felt so comfortable in the mask because they didn't get people wolf whistling at her, jeering at her, making passes at her. She was able to just live the way she is. And that I think is a very important distinction to make, because here's the thing with regards to what you're saying. It's not that you're not going to be respected, blanket statement. Objectively, scientifically, the question is, does your hair as a woman have sexual value?
I don't think so.
It's not about what you and I think, because scientifically we look at what the studies say.
It's the color of passion.
Well, that's one of the things. But here's the thing. Scientifically, the woman's hair has sexual value.
What's wrong with that?
I'll tell you. So when a woman's hair has sexual value, that means she's giving off sexual vibes.
Isn't that a good thing?
Not necessarily, because there's a difference between lust and love.
I agree.
Lust.
I think that they go together.
Let me just finish the point, because you've got good points. That's why I don't want to just brush past them. So I'll just finish this point and you can just jump in. So you've got makeup on, you've got your hair out. So with the hair, scientifically speaking, there are plenty of studies that have been done to say that hair has sexual value. And when a woman is sexually aroused, her lips turn red. You didn't hear that?
Well, I'm laughing because my lips are red.
Yeah. It's just lipstick. You're not the only one. But makeup is rooted with a woman making herself more sexually desirable to a man.
Yeah.
So
Saying that earlier.
red lips, rouge, longer eyelashes. So here's now the distinction. Do you love that woman, or are you lusting after that woman?
Both.
But that's the thing though.
You have to lust after the woman that you're in love with so that you can have a sexually satisfying relationship.
But what would you say is stronger, lust or love?
Well,
Immediately.
I think sex should be part of love. That's what I was
It's not about what you think. As a man, what do you think is a stronger driving force for me? Love or lust?
Don't you think they should go together?
They should go together, Zarina, but they don't. As a man, we're driven. Why do you think advertising is predominant? Why do they say sex sells?
Yeah,
why is it
because
that
we've got a
why is the pornography industry so dominated and geared towards men? Why are strip clubs mostly populated by men? Why are prostitutes mainly catering towards men? Because the driving force for a man is sex. Yeah, if a woman's standing there and she's got again her jugs out, with all due respect, not interested in love, mate, like you look very nice, let's do something.
So what I'm trying to say is that this is an extreme. This is the flip side of the very overly chaste, virginal. I don't want to use these words because they get misinterpreted. We'll say the overly sexless woman versus the overly sexual woman. And what I'm trying to explain is, do you see how both of these are actually mess up the way men look at a woman? What I'm trying to say is that love and lust should go together. Is that ideally every man should have a lovely,
Ideally, they should.
If we lived in a healthy, homogenous society where it was safe, why would women need to wear burqas?
Zarina, we don't though. That's the reason. Look, Zarina.
Why would a woman need to wear a burqa?
Look,
a lot of the reasons
Zarina, why is it that men are saying that a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man? Why is it women are saying we don't need men? Because we don't live in an ideal society. That's why we need, Zarina, that's why we need you to come to the park and tell us that feminism is trash. Do you see? It's because, look, there is an inherent desire amongst human beings to reduce human effort, to lie, to succeed using the quickest way as human beings. Sorry bro, you got the umbrella? It's just on and off, innit? So what we're saying is, yes, you're right, Zarina, but what I'm saying is that typically, genetically, physiologically, the presence of testosterone in a man means that man is thinking through his private part.
Yeah, I'm well aware of this, and what I'm saying is a potential solution to this could be for women to move away from the whore versus overly.
But there's a bit in the middle that you suggested, and that's why that's why I said that. Look, a woman in a burqa, she's in a burqa because of
I don't think women really want to wear burqas.
It doesn't matter what they want. Yeah. No. What matters is, for example, look, if somebody comes to you and says, look, I want feminism, you're going to say feminism's trash. Do you see? Like, with all due respect, you're saying it doesn't matter what you want. What is the reality? And look, that's why we're resonating so much, because we're actually more closer than you think. Because look, this is where we started from. I said that, look, you need an objective morality from God. And if we accept, before the conversation proceeds forward, there is a God, He sent revelation, and He's true what His revelation said. I can prove, I can evidence that you've accepted it. Now it then logically follows what God has said is true. That's why your person of respect, Andrew Tate, has taken this. Now, Andrew Tate is a man of cigars. That's
I probably agree with what I said regarding women in DC.
No, because with him,
I don't think he thinks women should wear burqas.
Andrew Tate thinks what the Quran says because he's accepted Islam. When you accept Islam,
the Quran doesn't actually say women should wear burqas. It just says they should dress modestly.
no, the Quran talks about the hijab. The burqa is, generally speaking, women that wear the burqa, they are going above and beyond. Yeah, that's not, according to the majority of the Muslims, burqa is not an obligation. Yeah. Now, but the thing now is, when you're titling it as, look, that's an extreme, or that's this, that's that, that's where I will have an issue, because that's an extreme to you coming from a Eurocentric point of view.
But I don't think there were burkas in other societies.
They do.
I mean, again, we're talking about actually like African tribes where women walking around with their breasts hanging out, and it's not perceived as sexual, it's actually perceived as part of the culture, because in those societies they're much more homogenous and stable, so it's actually safe for the women to like not have to like be covered, and also it's hot, so
yeah. So again, with religion, we're dealing with the whole planet, we're dealing with the whole of civilization, and there are laws that are applicable to everybody. So that's why it was so important for us to determine that there's a God, there's an objective morality. Now whatever God says, it's beyond me, it's beyond you, we do it. Why? Because God said so. I believe in God, that's my morality. That's how that's the thing. So the burqa, that's the perception that I was coming from, or the angle that I was coming from, that if a person's a Muslim, it doesn't matter what you think, with all due respect, you're not eating pig. Like if you're a Muslim, you don't eat pig. That's it. If you're vegan, you don't eat meat. You know what I mean? If you are anti, this, then you don't do that thing. So that's where we get our standards from, and that's why it was so important at the beginning that when we get our objective morality from God's arena, it gives us a clear, defined path. When it's like,
completely agree.
Yeah, but when a person's like, I feel that this is the thing, or I feel that, that's why with clothing, and if you reflect upon this, you won't be able to convince anybody in the park that X amount of body being shown is correct and Y amount of it being covered is correct. Why? Because left to our own desires, it's...
Again, I was talking earlier about the goddesses, about how, the way they would dress, and how like the perception of feminine clothing, and how that was linked to the...
You did. And what was interesting with that is, the point that I wanted to raise was that I would argue that Muslim women are more feminine, depending of course on the definition, are more feminine than say the Western women. Yeah, feminine in terms of the family unit, family values, in terms of looking after the home, in terms of rearing kids. That's more in terms of reproducing, etc., etc. These are all issues that Western societies are now suffering because of feminism.
They're more feminine because they wear sexy clothes and high.
But that's why I'm saying that we can then discuss and debate.
Maybe we can have both. Maybe we can have women being, again, not over the top. We can have women being family oriented and being caring and gentle and nurturing.
Let me just finish the point, before I forget.
Looking nice and elegant and like...
Yeah, we will come to that, but what I'm saying is that you can be feminine, and Muslim women are feminine without the presence of a goddess, by believing in one God, by believing in the Prophet, by believing in the teachings of Islam. They would claim, if they would hear, if they were here and you'd speak to them as well, we are feminine. We don't need a goddess, we don't need a model with wearing certain clothes to tell us that is all present in the Quran. We don't need, and we're not dependent upon an idol, we're not dependent upon a example. The Quran is sufficient for us. Do you see? And I think that is more powerful when you're not reliant upon things, but you're reliant upon just the one.
But I do believe in the one God.
That's you.
I connect to the one God through the prayer of a goddess who I perceive to be a much more powerful and much more ancient being than many would even begin to understand. I'd like to finish the talk.
We can. I was just going to ask you now. Yeah. You want to go now?
Discussion.
Yeah. No. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. It's Jannah, right?
Smile2Jannah. Yeah. Smile2Jannah. So you've done the Ardurul, Ardurul, yeah. So it's Smile2Jannah. Smile2Jannah just means smile to paradise.
Yes.
Yeah. So
really love. I love talking to intelligent people about interesting things.
Thank you. Yeah. And I wish you the best. And
you too. We should. If you'd like, we can do another one in the future.
Of course. Take care. Yeah.
Thank you for everyone watching.
The microphone. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, thank you, bro. What time is it? It's a bit of a mad one.
It's about 5:30.
It seems bloody pitch black here.
It's 10 p.m.
It's a mad one, isn't it? It's 10 past 5, bro.
Yeah.
Going there. What do you think? Did Ali come?
No. Oh, you stopped him, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what? Now, here's the thing. Women, this day, that Valentine's Day, this day, that day, we give women gifts. Mother's Day and all that. Should give up to you. You know what I mean?
Like my original point was like, this is a cause of my feminism, this is a side note. Modern people need celebration, they don't give one or whatnot. Yeah, in the recent time. People move. Exactly, that's the people getting naked now.